of the Eastern Cape Chess League that we are interviewing. And of course, later on in the show, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the Nedbank Cup, which is happening here, involving some local teams like Jacaranda Aces, Nemaru, City Pirates, some local teams from here in Makanda. We're going to be talking about the Cedru Rugby League upcoming gala dinner that's coming this weekend, which is otherwise known as the Southern Eastern Districts Rugby Union, which is from here in Grahamstown. We're also going to be talking about the King Nobengula Foundation, which was hosting some Ghana NFA teams in a pre-postseason tournament that they were having in Nanziga HAD Lepo Stadium this past weekend. And of course, looking forward to some games that are part of that tournament that will be happening in the upcoming weekend. And we've got some interviews from you, from the coach of a local team called Leicester City, who are also playing this weekend, and another team that is called Jacaranda Aces, otherwise known as Abakatazi, which will also be bringing you that interview from their coach that we have. We'll also be looking at Team Command Like a Class, wondering how they are doing. Kutliso Daniels, of course, one of the teams that we're following here on this show. All right, with all of that out of the way, let's get back to the interview. As I said, we are sitting with the campeones of Eastern Cape chess. Please do reintroduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Dawood Krauts and I am one of the Rhodes Chess Club's representatives, players. Yeah.
Defending, reigning champions of the Eastern Cape in terms of Eastern Cape University chess. Again, thank you very much. I can't emphasize that. Thank you so much for actually coming and being with us on the show. I think it's about time that we increase the awareness about the chess in itself. I personally didn't know that Rhodes University had I knew that some chess was being played, but I didn't know that we were playing chess competitively.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think is very useful information. There's a lot of people out there interested in the sports and interested in following you and supporting you in many ways. So that's what we're going to be doing here. All right. So let's get back to the tournament that you guys just won. How did it go for you? How did you find it personally? How difficult were the games? And in terms of the level of competition, were there moments in which you were in complete panic or found yourself completely flustered? Or was it just a nice cruise all the way to the championship?
Okay, for me personally, so I represented the varsity at the highest board, on board one. So on board one is generally where the toughest opponents are, because board one from the other varsity will have their top player, from that varsity will have their top player. So generally, when preparing for that, mentally, it's really where it all starts and finishes, because those guys are very strong. It's guys that came up with it, we know personally. So there were moments when there was trouble. Some tricky positions, had to really scramble to try and save them. Some were just out of the question, that I made some basic errors, but I'm grateful for it because I get to learn from it, But overall it went okay. I scored a 7 out of 10, so I was fine with that score. And I'm just grateful for the other guys also, because we had our president Lucas and Lindo Kutle Nkadi. Lindo was board 2, Lucas was fluctuating between board 3 and 4, and they got the highest. They got 8 out of 10 and 9 out of 10 respectively on their boards, which was really great. And then our female representative top player, Maleta Pata Moshusho, she also did extremely well on her board. And then Butlale as well, who was just here now. But they couldn't play in every single leg, Butlale and Mali, so we had to, I think it was the second leg, where we got some of our reserves to play. But their individual scores out of 7 or 6 was extremely good. I think they scored like 5 and 6 out of 7. So, combined team effort was really awesome, and to get us over the line. Because there were moments, like, I need to state it wasn't 100% smooth sailing. There were some touch and go moments in the tournament, like especially with our closest rivals, Usum Tata.
Yeah.
In the end of the second leg, we were only ahead by a whisker. It was so close.
Yeah.
So I told my friends, yo guys, for this final leg, we're playing in my hometown, Komani. Shout out, shout out.
Shout out, Kizan.
I'm like, we're not losing there, guys. You know, we can't lose there. And okay, it happened that we did extremely well on the other day, and we managed to bring it home. So really grateful. Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. You mentioned united team effort. I want to divide the team a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Within the Rhodes ranks,
Yes.
who would you say is the best player at the moment within the team? How would you rank the team?
Yo, are we really on air?
Let's pretend like we're not.
Yeah. Okay, rating wise, if you look at the rating calculation, I am ranked number 1 on the ratings, the highest rated. But I will be honest, in all honesty, when it comes to competitive play and overall tournament performance this year, because there's so many factors I take into account when I ask such a question, you know. Not necessarily just individual scores with the teammates, but how they've been performing against other people. It's really hard for me to say because our president Lucas has been performing extremely well. Lindo has been performing extremely well. Botlale has been performing extremely well. Another of our teammates, Tembelani, also been playing really well. I don't want to. They all really. I put them above me, you know. So I think they've been having a really good season, good year. And I mean I can't really say who's the strongest, because on certain days, like Lucas will have a great day when we're playing against each other for fun, and then he crushes us all. And then Lindo has a good day and he beats everyone. I have a good day and I beat everyone, and then Botlale has a good day. So it's really tough to say. But consistently, I would say that Lucas and Lindo especially, they've been showing really good results individually and for the team, you know. So, yeah.
So although you are ranked above them technically, you would still say maybe they're better players than you. I love it.
I mean, pound for pound, I look. There are certain aspects I will say that I learn a lot from them. Like with Lucas, he's very good at the end game. He's really sharpened a lot with it, and Lindo as well. Like the way they have this sort of wizardry about them. You know, when seemingly lost positions, it's like they work some special formula,
yeah,
and then they turn the game around. You know, so. That's been really cool, you know, that they don't crack under time pressure. I've been having some troubles with that.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a slower player, man, you know, so I tend to really take my time and then sometimes fall asleep. Get lost in my head, you know. Yeah, but I mean, it depends on who's stronger on the day, because I can't really say, man, you know. I mean, if we look at our scores and against each other, we've played so much against each other over the years. It's like, you know, but I mean, yeah, they're all really strong. You know, I'll give them that. They're good, all of the guys. But I can't say who's the best. And, I can say I don't think it's me. I don't think it's me.
Yeah, let's go with the diplomatic answer there. So let's get to more your personal journey with chess. When did you start playing? Why did you start playing? And then what really generated your interest in the game?
All right. So funny story. I got a chess board and a book from my late aunt and uncle for my 8th birthday. So that was 2007. But I didn't pay it no attention. It was in my cupboard the whole time. It was a little red book by David Levins, How to Play Chess. I recommend that book, you know, for startup players. Check it out. That was the first book I studied and read through from front to back. And so this was only 3 years later when I turned 10. So my other uncle borrowed that book from me. He lended it, and I borrowed it to him. So as months went by, I visited them more frequently. And my cousins, they twins, 2 ladies, they were starting to play at home with their dad. And when I go and visit them, I'd see them packing up the board and going through my book, and I'm like, I want to learn from it, you know, because I brought in the book, you know, I want to check it out. But I didn't understand nothing at first. It was really horrible. Okay, I still suck, but I mean, that time was really bad. Like, they were crushing me, and I felt really bad because, I mean, my cousins and two girls, they were beating me every day. Like, that's what got to me. Like, I'm losing. I feel, I'm not getting better. Then I joined the chess club at school that year in grade 5, so 3 years later now, yeah. And I was like the worst player in the club. I was losing like almost like literally every game. Guys told me I'll never be able to play proper chess because I can't even see 2 moves ahead. That's what really motivated me to start becoming stronger. Then I started going over the book again and studying diagrams. That time there wasn't really a boom of chess on the internet like on YouTube, because YouTube was also like just starting to take off that time, 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
And I didn't have like internet really. I did, but didn't understand how to search databases and all that. So I just read through the book and started saying, okay, I can give a check like that. And then, I don't know, it just happened that like, okay, this was now maybe a year later. My auntie and my mom took my 2 cousins and I, the twins, and we went out. We went to a garden, a public area, and we played there. Got my board, and I felt today I'm gonna beat them, and it happened. I got my first checkmate. I won't forget it was a Rook H8 checkmate, and they were like, oh, "You beat us! How did you do it?" Like, yeah, you're gonna learn today, And ever since, so what I'm getting to, that's where the journey really started with Uncle Donnie and Shanice and Janae, my cousins.
Yeah.
They introduced me, and I fell in love with the game from him, Uncle Donnie, So I'm always indebted and always grateful for them. And for the book that my auntie and gave to me, as years before that, that's what really took me on, to start taking it seriously. And that I started seeing I could actually do well. And then in 2012, that's when I got my first invite to the South African Junior Chess Championships. And I think I scored 5.5 out of 7. That time I was under 14. Then I placed in the top 3 there. And then later, the next year, 2013, I just need to think, because there was a time I was really rebellious in school and didn't play. 2013, I was invited to the Eastern Cape interprovincial tournament, and they asked me to play under 20.
Crazy.
So at the time I was still a kid, 13. I was really starstruck. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna flop here," and ended up playing. I scored 4 out of 5, and I came joint first for under 20.
Crazy.
And so that's when I started believing, damn, I actually got
there's
something happening here, And at the time, no coaches.
Yeah.
Just my little red book by David Levins, How to Play Chess, and that, what I'm really grateful for is that I could start networking with people, from PE, a little bit from Queenstown, getting, to meet with people, and started learning there. And then there were some more SAJCC tournaments after that. Then I got first place for under 16 in the country, my age group. And those were like some of the big achievements, like notable ones for me during my high school career. And then got to Rhodes, played for the USA team in 2019. Myself and Spear, he's not here anymore. We did the best in our group. And then last year, I was gifted the opportunity to represent, well, actually this year, but last year's results for this year. So I was chosen as one of the top 30 players in the country to play at the USA Closed. So when we started the USA Games, it was like all the top players from the varsities. So we were about 300, and from there 30 were chosen. So I was really grateful. Myself and Maleta Pata, our top female player, were chosen to play at the USA Games earlier this year in Potchefstroom. And we both did. We did well. I came 18th out of 42, so I was grateful for that. So those were some of my, highlights. I guess I could say that.
That's absolutely brilliant. Now,
Thank you.
I was very excited about this interview because I am a chess player.
Yeah.
I love chess.
Huh?
I've loved chess for a very long time. My story is very similar to yours. I would go and visit my cousins, and they had a grandfather who was playing chess with them all the time and beating them and beating me. And I was just taking advantage of us with regards to chess. But ever since that moment, I fell in love with the game. There's so much that I respect about it, and I always say to people, chess is the game of life.
Sure.
It feels like, when I look at my life, when I look at the way, like planning for the future and things you want to do, it's so similar to what I see in chess. But I have one problem.
Sure.
I can't seem to get good. As I said, I've been playing since I was young.
Yeah.
But whenever I come up against real competition or a person who's not a beginner,
Sure.
I am going to get my butt handed to me. So, what is the secret to chess? How does a person get good at chess? Let's get technical. How does a person get good at chess? What am I missing? Yeah, exactly.
To be honest, I myself am not. I don't understand chess. I'll be real with you. Like the I would say to enhance understanding of the game. And I honestly don't feel I'm the most qualified to even give an answer because I know so many players that are so much that could. But I'll try. I think first and foremost, the basic principles of the game, at least when it comes to opening theory, what we always told is try and occupy the center, try and develop your pieces as soon as possible, get your king into safety, develop your knights before bishops, all of this, understanding how to give a checkmate, seeing like tactical patterns, maybe 2 to 3 moves ahead. How I improved my game, I would say, was by going over chess puzzles and patterns. That book I mentioned just now by David Levins, at the end of it, it's got I think 120 diagrams where it gives you puzzles of different levels of difficulty, and you can study those. Obviously, there's thousands of other books, but the one that I learned from, and you can get the answers at the back. So I think a lot of it's also got to do with finding your niche and style as a player. But that comes with investing time and seeing, am I a E4 player? Am I a D4 player? Do I like certain open type of positions or do I like closed type of positions? I'll give an example. Like one of the former world champions, Vladimir Kramnik, he gave this beautiful analogy. He said like a lot of time your chess style reflects your personality. But that also develops and evolves over the years because your personality it does change over the years. And I mean, at least when I look at that quote, and I love his style of play, I've seen that it is possible that your style can evolve and your game can evolve, but it comes with time and also accessibility to be able to learn the game. Speaking from someone that comes from a relatively, like I would say, very just my mom and I type of background, not endowed with wealth and all that, It comes down to making the most with what you got, I guess. And as I said earlier, I was grateful that I was fortunate enough to make connections with people in the chess world that could give tips and advice. Like one of the country's leading coaches, Mr. Freddie Woodendal, is from PE. Having had the opportunity to speak to him and work in him to give advice, and a brief period he trained with me. Now that I'm older, he coached me, giving advice and all that. It's just a thing of being able to now the responsibilities on us now to give this to the younger generation coming up, to enhance access to the game, because it's not really that hard. It's a matter of having guidance to understand, because even the best players in the world can slip up. If you understand the position a little better on the day, or you've done some preparation on this line or this position, you can hold your own, I mean, it's possible. And that also just comes down to training in the different parts of the game, like the opening, middle game, end game, and yeah, and just trusting yourself also, I think. As with life, trusting the decision you're going to make. Sometimes you got to be bold and take the risk. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't,
Well, thank you for that advice.
Sure.
I can tell you for sure I just bought myself recently, I think last year, I bought myself a chess set.
Yeah.
And I'll be bringing it to campus.
Lovely.
And I'll be contacting you.
Sure.
And hopefully you can come and we can jam.
The chess club's open for anyone.
That's brilliant.
Come play there. Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Just bring snacks, guys. We're struggling with food. Some tournaments it gets dry. We get tired in tournaments.
How do we get to the Rhodes Chess Club?
It's near Big Tree, man, by the soccer field, behind Nelson Mandela Dining Hall.
Oh yes.
Next to the soccer club.
Okay.
So on the left, if you're walking like that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about a bit.
And what times do you guys open?
So we open. Actually, we should be open now. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 7:30. Sometimes from 7 to 8:30. But lately we've been from 6 to 7:30.
I assure you, you'll be seeing my face there.
Most welcome.
I mean, I'm tired of being lame at chess.
Give yourself time.
Loving the sport and
Yeah.
being whack at it. It sucks.
No, I just think it's a matter of trusting yourself. It's gonna get better, man. I believe in you, sir. I believe in you.
Thank you so
They say
much.
there's a quote, no? The only difference between I read it earlier, but I forgot now. Between a master and a beginner is that the master, he failed more times than the beginner, but he didn't give up.
Yes.
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 And we can there's so many beautiful books for beginners that we could recommend, the one I mentioned, How to Play Chess by David Levins. For come-up players, Imagination in Chess, also a nice book to check out. Endgame books, okay, the summers now, but for higher rated players, some complex books, but Jose Raul Capablanca's Endgame books. It gives nice patterns there, for the beginner player to come up, that's easy to understand,
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taught people how to play chess, and then they've come back and beaten me.
Yeah.
I just can't seem to get better. But anyway,
It'll come.
This is going to be it. This is going to be it. Thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
I really appreciate the time you've taken out of your day to be with us here today. I can't express enough how much I appreciate it. You're officially a chess champion of the Eastern Province. I hope you're going to take that title, run with it, enjoy it, wallow in it, make sure people don't forget. I'll make sure people don't
Thank you.
forget.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
And enjoy
We're
it.
open for endorsements and sponsorships, guys. Private donors, last year, We're gonna make you guys proud, Just believe in us. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to sponsor the Eastern Cape Chess Champions? I mean, it's a winning horse, guys. It's a winning horse.
I get the pun there. The horse. I get that.
See what I did
We're
there?
moving L's, but we don't take L's. Get that? Oh, well, that was right.
We're killing you with chess puns here.
Yes,
on the show.
you know it.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a little bit of a music break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to be talking about local soccer as we head towards the end of the show. Thank you very much to the chess champions of the Eastern Cape, the Rhodes Chess Club.
That was awesome, man.
Oh, that was so nice. That interview was so nice.
I enjoyed it, man.
My goodness.
Felt like I was at home. That was so cool.
Oh, man. You see, you were nervous in the beginning, and look at you. You couldn't stop talking by the end.
Hey, man. I was here one time a few years ago with music stuff.
Yeah.
There was a friend of mine, I don't know if you know Apiwa, she hosted the high-end theory.
No.
Nah, it was a hip-hop show. Yo, I choked. They asked me about local artists. I don't listen to AKA and them guys. And I froze. Yo. But yeah. I was this chair, this mic. I think it was this one.
It's all in your head. It's not the mic. It's not
Yeah.
the audience. It's all in your